What is good? I am back for this week. We got arms in this video. As I did last week, I'm just gonna put the footage that I recorded and put it in. So this week is, or the day I'm showing you now is arms, and I show you the whole kind of like exercise of like what, 5 I would say. So you'll see I'll do the preacher curl on the row machine twice, and then I do a hammer curl with a rope twice. That's like one exercise technically. I know that's like not really, that's not really correct, but that's just how I do it. That's like one jumbo set, if you will. That is what I show here. As the weeks progress, I'll then show what a whole jumbo set of skull crushers look like, and so on. And I'll obviously do that for chest and legs. So that's what you'll see in this video. And I will show you the clips now. All right, I want to interject in the middle of this just to kind of talk about the topic I had on mind for today, and that's my weight. I feel like weight is something that you can kind of get carried away with, just like weighing yourself constantly on the I've been guilty of this myself a lot during my lifting career. career, but just, you know, lifestyle, if you will. I think it's one that you should do periodically. I don't, if you do it a lot, it's kind of, like I had this bad habit when I first started lifting where I would just weigh myself constantly. And I'm not going to lie to you, I had like a borderline, like, kind of like an eating disorder, because I would just eat and drink water to a certain limit where my, like, how my body would look. So if I looked too bloated, I would just completely stop eating. And if I were like ate dinner, I would always look down and be like, God, I look so like fucking like chubby and shit. Like, don't get in that mindset. Don't like keep staring at your like stomach and this, that, and the other thing. Just keep kind of going forward with it and just kind of monitor it. You'll know kind of like if you're bulking, you'll kind of know, you know, you'll feel heavy. It's like, I'm sure some of you know this. If you bulk, you'll feel fucking very just heavy, and you'll have all this fucking energy. And then when you cut, you want to pass out by 3 p.m. because you're just so fucking tired and you have no energy. So keep in mind also with that too, my strategy for me is clean bulk. Like, I know that sounds like a fucking fairy tale. You know, Fantasia, fucking clean bulking. I think more so what I do is like, it's a bulk, but it's like, I'm not eating crazy, and I'm also not depriving myself of fucking living life, you know? If you can find that sweet medium where you're kind of like, I say clean bowl because that's kind of what I've been doing, but I don't eat fucking reheated chicken and rice and broccoli every fucking day. That's, I think what you should really do is just get a diet that is healthy, but there's also like, you live a little. You're not living in prison here. I mean, you're not like, somebody's not putting a gun to your head and telling you got to eat this way. Now, if you're competing, that's a different story. Then you should probably be eating that way. But to me, recommend that you eat pretty clean most of the time, and you kind of like throw some curveballs. Like if you eat clean like fucking all the time, you're not going to get the calories that you're going to really need in a day. So if you eat clean and at night you're like, I'm fucking feeling a Ben and Jerry's, fucking go for it. That's fucking, if you work your ass off, like a little Ben and Jerry's here and there ain't gonna kill you. Now, I'm not saying fucking do this every night. I don't recommend that type of shit. I personally would not just do this sugar. Sugar spike gets my acne out of control if I have too much of it. So, I think, yeah, you kind of have to monitor. And I would say with bodybuilding, it's more so you should focus on, like I said with clean bowl, kind of progressing slowly with the weight. Don't expect to throw on 10 pounds right away. I mean, granted, if you're doing creatine, that's a different story. If you do all that, that's going to throw your weight on. But kind of like progress yourself. Like kind of set short-term goals and long-term goals. Like my long-term goal since like 2020 is to hit 250. That's kind of been like a long-term goal. For me, short-term goals is more so like putting 5 pounds on, like probably when I was an undergrad, it was 5 pounds every semester was my goal. That was like, because there's like 4 months, so I would like tell myself do a pound per month. That was my strategy. I recommend you find a strategy for yourself. That may work for you, that may not work for you. You know, another thing too that fucking pisses me off is when people like are like, you know, my body, I don't think it only can really get to like a certain weight limit and stuff like that. Do not do that. That is putting a limit on yourself. Don't fucking do that. If somebody's telling you that your body can only do not listen to them. They're fucking negative. They probably don't have the shit in order. Do not listen to that yourself. You shouldn't put limits on anything you do in life. Like, that's such a bad mentality. Like, don't ever like be like, oh, well, I'm like built this way. I'm built like an ectomorph, blah, 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 endomorph, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, I only can hit this peak. Like, keep going. Like, don't ever put limits on yourself. This doesn't fucking go to bodybuilding. This goes to anything, dog. Like, just put it like, don't put limits on anything. Just kind of keep progressing slowly. I know this is I feel like lifting's kind of getting a little more superficial these days. If you stick to the core of it and slowly but surely put on the weight, I can guarantee you this shit's gonna start working out for you. It drives me nuts when people are like, oh, well, I don't want to get too big and shit like that. And or I don't think I can. Well, that's more so women that think that, which is like, uh, I would advise to women that you won't get built big right off the bat. And if you progress slowly and do the right workouts, you definitely will get where you want to get. Um, you'll get that booty thunder, as they say. So, and yeah, some dudes, I feel like it's just like, I don't even know what they fucking. I've heard it before. I don't even. It meant so little to me. I don't even fucking remember what the term was. That there's like a physiological limit on what your body can do. Don't listen to that nonsense. That's such a horrible way to view life. Like, you think Kobe Bryant would go to the gym and be like, I think today I only could do 100 jump shots. Do you think he fucking ever said that to himself when he walked in? No. He walked in and just slowly but surely progressed himself to bigger and bigger benchmarks for himself every time he went in the gym. So I think weight's it's a kind of it's a grind to where you want to kind of go with it. So don't ever don't let people be like, oh, well, you can only get to this weight, blah blah blah. So I'm 238 now. I started lifting at 170, what was I, 170 or 175 is what I started out with. I know it was hard when I first started because I was doing cross country in high school, so I was kind of lifting and doing that, and addition plus subtraction is 0. So it was, once I stopped running, I was starting to able to throw on more weight. But I also don't recommend to just stop running. I know, very big theory of running kills your gains. I somewhat kind of agree with that, but I also don't think you should ever just say fuck running. Like, you should definitely run, because it definitely helps your cardiovascular for like a pump actually when you do lift. So don't just, if you ever got a day where you're just like, I don't feel like doing, let's say if you don't want to do legs. I know it's even worse to run, but I would recommend, or you forgot your lifting belt, you forgot your sleeves or some shit. I would recommend hopping on the treadmill. Just give it a try. Don't do like a mile or something. Just, I promise you a workout. So I think, I think weight is, I was like around 170, 175, and yeah, now I'm like 238. So I'm knocking on the doorstep of 250. So, but once I get 250, I don't know where things could go. So, we'll see. Once I get there, I'll let you know when we get to that. So that's my lecture on weight. Maybe in the future, if I have more thoughts on it, I'll bring it up. But I thought I'd talk about it because I think it needs to be spoken on. So here's the other half of the workout. All right, that is the whole jumbo set, if you will. So, yeah, if you're sticking around still at the end of the video, I appreciate it. The goal is to keep putting these out. I know I'm a little late on this upload. It's like a full-on week since the last time I uploaded. I'm gonna try to crank out 2 tomorrow. That's the goal. I'll come up with 2 different ideas for chest and leg. Come up with a concept to talk about. So yeah, like I said before, I know it sounds corny, but if you could like and subscribe, just kind of throws me out there a little more, so I can kind of spread my message, kind of show everybody you can do this natural. You can get where you want to go. So yeah, that's all. So I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.